Good day, first world travellers, and welcome back. This is my last video from Japan, and in this video I'm going to show you 5 things to do in Osaka. So before we get started, I just want to cover getting around in Osaka. So if you've come to Osaka from somewhere like Tokyo and you have your Pasmo card that you use on the Tokyo subway, from what I understand, you can use your card here. However, it's only on certain lines that you can use it. Please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. The reason I don't think you can use it here very much is because when you go to the machines at train stations, subway stations, there isn't an option to get a Pasmo card at the actual machine. So another option is to get one of these. It is a day pass, so this costs 800 yen. You can use it from 24 hours from when you got it, basically. And if you're a tourist and seeing many sites in Osaka like I'm doing today, this is a good option because it actually works out cheaper to get this than paying for individual tickets. Additionally, make sure you download an Osaka subway app to your phone. I use this one, it's brilliant. It's just like the one that I use in Tokyo, so you can use it offline. So if you're in the middle of Osaka and you're lost and you're not sure how to get back to your hotel or hostel or whatever, or a destination, just go on this app, put in your stations, job done, easy as pie. Easy as pie?
Number 1. Gate Tower Building.
Behind me is the Gate Tower building. This is something which probably isn't on a lot of tourist itineraries, however it's something that I find completely fascinating. You'll notice there's something strange about it. So it's a building with the highway going through the middle of it. Specifically, it goes through the 5th, 6th and 7th floor. Basically, the story behind this, it was built in 1992, and when it was built there was a dispute over the land basically, and the conclusion was that they came to an agreement to build the building but also build the highway through the building. So the people that are in that building have to have certain cladding or soundproofing around their walls to prevent the noise from the traffic coming in. Fascinating. I'm going to go and see if I can find a higher up point to have a look at this a little bit better. Look at that, it's insane. It's a road going through a building. Mental. So unfortunately there doesn't seem to be any option to get up higher unless I transform into Spider-Man or break into an office block. Probably not going to do that, so I will put some pictures that I found on Google over the top of this so you can see it from a bit further away. Bingo!
Number 2. Hep 5 and Umeda.
I'm now in Umeda, which is basically the shopping centre of Osaka. There are many shopping malls just like this one, Hep 5. It's even got a Ferris wheel on the roof, and it's very typical of Asian big city shopping malls, for example in Singapore, Bukit Bintang in Kuala Lumpur if you've been there. Let's go and check it out. So there's everything you'd expect, from lingerie to men's and women's clothing to makeup to luggage. And I actually do need to get a new suitcase. If you've seen my Takayama videos, I've only got 2 wheels. Oh my god, this place brings back memories from Tokyo Harajuku girls. It's a candy store made out, well not made out, with a load of candy in it, and there's a dog made out of candy. Epic. So up the top of this mall, like I said, is the Ferris wheel. There's also restaurants, Starbucks over there. I don't know how much this Ferris wheel is because I think it's closed, and also there's no signs in English anywhere. I'll put the details where my hand is for future reference. So if you're a traveller, you'll know that coming to these malls is a slightly bizarre experience, considering you can't afford anything because you're skint. And also you haven't got any room in your luggage to put any new clothes. That's one thing I'm really looking forward to getting home. More on that in another video. Actually being able to unpack and go shopping for proper clothes and not look like a state all the time. Not that I look a state. Anyway, all in all, this place is shopping heaven if you are a shopaholic. It's huge. And as I said, there are millions of other, not millions, but a lot of other shopping malls in Osaka.
Number 3. Osaka Castle.
So I'm in Osaka Castle Park. I'm going to level with you. I was undecided about whether I should bother putting this in this video, but I changed my mind. So after 8 weeks in Japan, to be honest with you, these castles don't really impress me whatsoever. But I'm putting myself in the mind of a tourist, so maybe you're in Japan for a week or 2 weeks, so more than likely you'll probably want to see a castle. The ones in Japan are generally have either been extensively renovated into a lackluster museum or have been completely rebuilt or something like that, so they're nothing like what they used to be like. So let's go and see if we can take a closer look. And to get to these castles you have to walk so far, or you can get one of those stupid train things. So it's all the way up there, you can't even see it. You've got to walk all the way up there. Fantastic. So here we are at Osaka Castle, the main tower. There's 3 towers. Now, if you are a travel blogger that likes to make out that everywhere in the world is amazing all the time, prepare to click the dislike button, because this is rubbish. It's quite possibly the most boring tourist attraction I've ever been to in my life. So, and the most funny thing about this is the fact that this isn't even the real tower. So the original one was built in the 1500s, but was destroyed by fire about 100 years later, I think. The Tower 2 was destroyed by lightning, and the 3rd tower is apparently the original one. But my question is, why bother rebuilding it? Surely it would be better just to leave the original tower how it was. You know, it even looks like it was built like last year. It was actually built in 1931. So in summary, in case you hadn't gathered, don't bother coming here because it's the biggest tourist trap on the planet. And lastly, this does cost 600 yen to get in. Not on your Nelly, mate. No chance. I've had a look at the list of what's actually in there. So there's a museum shop, tea room, various exhibitions. So as I said just before, it's basically a museum. What's the point? I would rather go to a castle to actually see what it looked like when it was originally there. So I'm not going to waste my money on this crap. Let's go to the next thing.
Number 4. Shinsekai.
So from one horrendous tourist trap to the complete opposite, this is Shinsekai. It's an area located to the south of Osaka, and it's an area that's often forgotten about by many tourists for some reason. So it was built in the early 1900s, 1912 to be specific, and there's something very special about it. So if you walk around, you'll notice that there's 2 very distinct sides to it. So half of Shinsekai was modelled after Paris, and the other half was modelled after Coney Island in New York. It's awesome. Also, you'll have a look around and you see all these amazing 3D massive signs, especially outside restaurants. And onto restaurants, you can get something to eat here. So behind me up there, you'll notice there's a big massive fish hanging from the sky. That's a globefish, or a pufferfish, blowfish, whatever you want to call it. There's so many restaurants here where you can try globefish. Why don't we go and have a look? So take a look here, you can get things like tempura, sushi, globefish on top of noodles, udon noodles. Blech, I don't like them, too thick. It's quite expensive though, like 1,200 yen for globefish tempura on top of rice. And there's some other ones like bigger meals at around 3,000 to 3,500. Beautiful. So this is the French part to the south, and as you go past Lawson on the right up here, that's when it becomes the Coney Island bit. You can see the big tower thing. I haven't been to Coney Island, but I think there's one like that. Tell me in the comments if I'm correct. So this is the Coney Island part. You can kind of tell that actually. It kind of looks like a pier almost. Down here you'll find more restaurants, and also it wouldn't be Japan without capsule machines. But I've already got a toy from one of them. You may know that from one of my previous videos. There we go, capsule toys behind me, and also there's an arcade there. There's a few of these arcades in this area, and they're all like the old school games, like Street Fighter and all that. Wicked.
Number 5. Dotonbori.
As a tourist in Osaka, you'll most likely spend quite a bit of time here. The reason being, this area pretty much sums up my entire trip in Japan. You've got shopping, you've got maid cafes, although I did just see a princess cafe. You've got the capsule machines, you've got arcades, you've got restaurants, and of course you do have street food where you can try some of the delights of Japan street food, from takoyaki, fried octopus balls, teiyaki, which is a fish-shaped doughy thing, dessert basically, okonomiyaki, which is like a cabbage noodle pancake thing that originated in Hiroshima. The list goes on. So if you're a tourist and you're looking to experience proper Japan with all these lit up signs, which I absolutely love, then this is the place for you. So that's my 5 things to do in Osaka done. Obviously there are many, many, many more, so why not tell me about some in the comments below, right after you subscribe to my channel, of course. See what I did there? Right, now I am actually leaving Japan for good. Serious this time, I'm not going to be back in a couple of months, although in the future I would obviously love to come back to Japan because it is literally the best country in the world, let's face it. Next up on my channel is something very exciting, probably. It's something called Hell Week. This is a special video. You'll find out more about this when I post it. Also, why not follow my Instagram, First World Traveller, because you'll get updates on that day by day and you won't have to wait. Happy days. I'll see you in South Korea. Catch you later. I've now got to my 5th country in 7 days. Why I do these things, I don't know. I'm dripping with sweat. I'm now in Russia. So I'm exhausted and in a bad mood. Great news, welcome to China. This is editing life. I'm gonna go and find something else to do.